pended and
Good
being
morning,
trapped on,
good
during
afternoon, good evening, my
Muhammadu Buhari's
amiable
administration. This
family.
is exactly what is
My
happening as we
people,
speak. I'm
Tori
going
dey
to be
to
showing
talk
you the
o.
full context of her
You see
pleading
now
and
say
exactly
Buhari don
the
comot
last
now.
wish
Na
Buhari
im wife
told
dey come out dey
her
talk say
while
na so
he
im
was
husband say
alive,
make
and
e
how she came out
apologize to
recently
Nigeria,
to make this
make e
particular plea.
apologize to
Sincerely speaking,
Nuamdi
this particular
kaun.
plea she's making recently
Wey e
has
be say
now
they don
caused a
maltreat
lot
the
of
man, they
reaction. Where
don
so
turn
many persons
Nigeria
are
up, they
stating
don
that
turn
why will you
Nigeria
come now
upside
to
down.
make this
Na
plea?
now
So Muhammadu
Asha
Buhari outrightly
wan
know
come
that
talk,
he
Asha
offended a
Buhari
lot
wan
of
come
persons,
talk now say im
detained
husband
and
make e
apprehended Mazi
apologize to
Nnamdi Kanu
Nigeria.
from Kenya
When the
and
husband never
adopted
die,
him
why
and brought him
Asha
to
no
Nigeria,
come
and he
out?
was facing trial, and
My
he was
people,
kept in for
that
dump
Nigeria na
offense,
God na im go save us,
disobeyed
so
a
we dey
lot of
pray
court
make better
orders.
leader
This is
come
why
so that
a
we
lot
go
of
fit
persons
enjoy
has
our
reacted. Now, before I
country.
begin to show you
We
the
no
plea
fit
and
run leave our
everything,
country
a lot of
because
persons
say we
started
get
digging
bad
out
leader.
the
May God
5
help us all.
crimes Buhari actually
Please
did to
subscribe to
Igbos,
this
because the
YouTube channel,
ethnicity of the
press the
Igbos we are trapped
notification
on.
bell
Remember,
and
Muhammadu
like.
Buhari in
Thank you
his
very
excerpt
much.
was
Let's
stated that
listen
the
to
Igbos
what
are like a
Asha
dot in a circle.
Buhari is going to
Look at
say.
it. Look at the roles. One of the roles Muhammadu Buhari's administration played against the Igbos and against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One of them was the arrest and detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari's administration has accused of orchestrating the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB leader, from Kenya in 2021, Kanu's detention, along with the proscription of IPOB as a terrorist group organization. They criticized this attempt and he went as far as making it. Secondly, remember that the role in the Nigerian Civil War as at 1967 and 1970, Buhari as a young military officer was involved in the Nigerian Civil War, during which he is alleged to have participated in the military operation that resulted in significant Igbo civilian casualties. Critics such as Femi Faikayode have claimed Buhari was complicit in atrocities, with estimates of over 100,000 Igbo civilians died during that pogrom in the north in 1966 and millions during the war. Partly due to starvation policies, these actions are described by some as war crimes, though no formal charges were brought against Buhari. Look at the offenses he made. So coming out to tell Aisha that he should start pleading to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other set of persons is what a lot of persons has questioned. As if that is not enough, look at the third one, that Operation Python Dance and military crackdown. During the presidency's regime, Muhammadu Buhari, as at 2015 to 2023, Buhari authorized military operations like Operation Python Dance in the southeast, targeting the indigenous people of Biafra. Reports claim that operation led to the deaths of numerous Igbo youths, with allegations of soldiers opening fire on unarmed protesters, such as in Aba, where over 27 were reportedly died. Amnesty International reported at least 150 pro-Biafra activists died between 2015 and 2016 under Muhammadu Buhari's watch. I'm going to show you the plea that Aisha Buhari has actually pleaded recently. As if that is not enough, there were a lot of crimes. Look at the marginalization in appointments. During Buhari's administration, it was systematically excluded Igbos from key government positions. Reports such as those by Onwubiko as at 2017 in brackets highlighted that over 80% of top-level appointments, including the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, went to Northerners. With Igbos largely sidelined, Buhari's 2015 statement about prioritizing regions that voted for him, 97% versus 5%, was interpreted as a justification for marginalizing the Southeast, which predominantly supported his opponents. This fueled perceptions of institutional discrimination. There were a lot of things that were so uncalled for. Remember his anti-Igbo rhetorical and policies. Buhari's public statement, such as referring to the Southeast as a dot in the circle. It went further to even state that he threatened to treat Igbos in a language they will understand, with reference to the Civil War, were widely criticized as inflammatory and genocidal in tone. These remarks, combined with policies perceived as discriminatory, like inadequate federal investments in the Southeast, we are seen as fostering anti-Igbo sentiment. It is obvious that all this happened during Muhammadu Buhari's administration. The question is, remember, even the Southeast cannot even boast of any seaport under Muhammadu Buhari's administration. These were the offenses and the crimes he committed, and he knew fully well he committed it. Aisha Buhari accurately knew fully well that these were the crimes that they had against the Igbos and against the marginalization of this particular region. Now, Aisha Buhari came out and stated that she is soliciting on behalf of Buhari that everyone should just forgive her husband, so to say. As you could see on your screen, Aisha Buhari begs Nigerians to forgive late president for his mistakes. A lot of persons are stating, is this a mistake or is it a deliberate mistake? Which of them? Because these were marginalization placed on the Igbos and the southeastern region. In full details of that particular communique, former First Lady Aisha Buhari has appealed to Nigerians to forgive her late husband, ex-President Muhammadu Buhari, for any mistake he might have made during his years in office. Recall that we have just listed a lot of marginalization and a lot of crimes that his administration outrightly trapped on the Igbos.
Sta per svegliarsi. Se schippi ti perdi il bello. Alleluia.
His administration outrightly trapped on the Igbos. She went further to state that during Buhari, who ruled Nigeria from 2015 to 2023, who died on Sunday in London at the age of 82, where it was reported that he suffered leukemia following a brief illness. Speaking shortly after his passing, Mrs. Buhari disclosed that the former president had repeatedly asked her to convey a message of forgiveness to Nigerians if he died before her. In his exact word, according to Aisha Buhari, how he stated Buhari told him, he says, since he left office, the thing he would often tell me whenever we talk was that if he passed away before me, I should convey this message to Nigerians to forgive him for any mistakes he made during his tenure as a human being, prone to errors, she stated. For the sake of Allah, I beg everyone to forgive him before he is taken to his final resting place. She added emotionally, the former president will be buried on Monday, being today, at his hometown in Daura, Katsina State, in accordance to Islamic rites. Look at what is happening. A lot of persons started reacting to this particular communique. That is it now that Aisha actually know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was detained? Is it now that Aisha actually know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu suffered detention, suffered torture, and was apprehended from Kenya, brought to Nigeria, and a lot of court orders were failed under Muhammadu Buhari's administration? Aisha coming out to plead to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other Nigerians and other persons offended during Buhari's administration. Did she actually know that a lot of court orders were failed because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was actually looking for his freedom of his people? If everything was working well, then why will Muhammadu Buhari, Abu Salami, and the other politicians who actually go to London to gain treatment when former and other prominent Nigerians are facing severe hardship and there is no good hospital in this particular country? When taxpayers' money are actually the money used to facilitate and to rehabilitate those hospitals in London. Look at the funny thing is that the doctors that are actually treating this set of persons in London are Nigerian-based doctors who have actually seen that nothing is working and they have gone there in search of good and greener pastures. This is the statement a lot of persons have started asking Aisha. Aisha Buhari, why are you coming out now to plead? Listen attentively to Shehu Sani, who stated that Buhari is the worst president in the history of Nigeria. He wasted our time.
Buhari has wasted Nigeria's time for 8 years. He has employed people, he has appointed people who failed, and he kept on extending their period in office. That's very wrong. He has accused all governments of corruption and pilferage. All the ills of Nigeria, he accused all the previous government. Here, his government has proven one of the worst in the history of Nigeria. So, to our leaders, Nigeria can be a united nation. Nigeria can be a prosperous nation if you lead with the fear of God and with a determination and commitment to fulfill your pledges.
It's inevitable. We're all going to die. I know I'm going to die. Either I die by natural causes, or I die by an accident, or I die by something else. It is inevitable. Nothing to really look too deep into that. It's life, right? But the one I want to actually harp on is the achievement. Buhari achieved what? Please. He achieved what? He achieved what? And with what? With our resources? With our money? What did he achieve? Or you don't realize that he lived long because of our resources? Do you know how many people are dying in Nigeria? Do you know how many people are starving in Nigeria because they don't have national cake to steal from? They don't have national cake to go get quality treatment abroad. Please tell me, what did Buhari achieve? And yeah, with all of that stuff, all of the stuff that they've stolen, that they keep stealing, they are less likely to be attacked by police or armed robbers on the road when they are riding around with heavy security. Please tell me what Buhari has achieved, apart from destroying lives and killing Nigerians. I don't need to prove my empathy to anybody, all right? But I do believe that history will always be the real long life.
It is indeed a clear question that what has he achieved? If he had done good things and rehabilitated the hospital in Nigeria, what will he be doing in London? Now look at the reply Adeshina, the aide to Muhammadu Buhari, stated. He said Buhari could have been long dead if he had used Nigerian hospitals. Look at what these persons came out recently to state. In proper context, stated that Nigerian hospitals lacked facilities and expertise needed to treat Buhari. That's why he used London doctors familiar with his medical history. Femi Adesina is the one making this particular statement. Buhari had no London home, relied on friends for bills. Femi Adesina, they started defending him virtually everywhere. Now, look at the videos you could see on your screen. This is one of late President Muhammadu Buhari's daughter, Fatima, left, being consoled on arrival at his father's residence in Daura, Katsina State. This is exactly what is happening. And now, a lot of persons are stating that, Aisha Buhari, why are you coming out to beg? Why are you actually coming out to beg? When he was in office, the last 8 years in office, why didn't you come out to beg and probably call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? That's on the comment section. Having seen exactly what has happened, don't forget to share, like, and also hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell on this particular channel. So let's get information promptly when we do them here. What is your take towards this plea that Aisha Buhari is actually pleading on behalf of late Buhari? React on the comment section and actually express your grievances and all what have you. Don't forget to share. I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.
Prevedi